Tariffs on steel and aluminum are raising uncertainty in Canada's aviation industries. And joining us to discuss this is Jay Godsall. He's the CEO of Solarship Incorporated. And Jay, you've heard what the American president has been saying, and you mentioned how Trump is trying to get Canada's eyes, you say, off the ball with all these different comments every day. So break it down for us. What do you mean by that?
Well, so let's take tariffs as an example. It's not just Trump; it's Trump and Musk. So these two guys are disruptive entrepreneurs. They like to make deals. They're deal makers. So they're not steel makers; they're deal makers. So don't focus on what they're talking about today. They're playing a much bigger game, and their great adversary is China and Russia. It's not Canada.
No.
So when they talk about hurting American business, we're in a position to help American business and help Americans, and we're good at things that they're not good at, and we should be focusing on that.
Yeah, our premier and our prime minister has been down in Washington trying to tell them all of this. So let's talk about your industry. How significant of an impact can the steel and aluminum tariffs have on aviation industry in our country?
Well, there's two worlds, Dwight. One is the old aviation industry, which is an old boys network, very stodgy. It doesn't move fast at all. If you have a new idea, it takes 8 years and $1 billion to commercialize it. The auto industry is at least 30 years ahead in terms of being able to take an idea and improve things. So I would like to switch it from aviation, stuck in a steel box and an aluminum box, to aerial capabilities. And if you look at aerial capabilities, there are 5 things you can do. People talk about defense, but that's really killing people from the air. You've got observation, which is being able to see things on the ground.
Yep.
We're the king of the world in observation technology.
Really?
Canada's the king of the world. We're the king of the world by far. Gold, silver, and bronze. Everybody's looking to us for that. And so an aerial platform is an aerial capability. Then you have wireless data to communicate with everything. And this is a bonanza, and we're really good at it. Then you have cargo and passenger. Those are the 5 things. I would say Canada is very good at saving lives. We're not good at killing people. We should not be boasting about aerospace and defense. It's a false world for us. They're much better than we are at that. So if you then take aerial capabilities, what can we do? What in the world can we do that they need us for? So frontier markets, America does not have 5% of the population of the world. It has 6% of the territory. These frontier markets that's the battleground with China. And we need to assert ourselves there. This is what we do well. We're the bush people. We're the frontier people.
We're really intertwined with the U.S., though, right? And our auto industry is like that. So how dependent are both countries on each other regarding business surrounding your industry, the aviation industry? Are we as intertwined as we are in the auto sector?
Well, we're only so we don't have to be. So if you get look at the real argument with aviation and aerial capabilities is innovation versus regulation. Okay. The regulation is torture. And so these deal makers, if you listen to them, they're about to upset regulation and innovation to release the dynamism in America. So if we're trying to sell into the American market and we're trying to bring things into Canada, manufacture here, that's not the game of the future. The game of the future is to go to the global markets. It's not to go to the American market. And
we're learning that.
So what they're going to do is they're going to obliterate our regulation. They will. We will not be able to sustain regulation the way it is. So new aerial capabilities is a $9 trillion industry coming at us. Our entire economy is a $2 trillion economy. So we have to look up. And where's the growth going to be? America's not the growth industry. The growth industry is the rest of the world. We need to start fighting over the rest of the world, not trying to fight to get into America.
We're going to finish with how companies like yours are now preparing to tackle the impact of tariffs. You're spreading your wings to the rest of the globe.
We'll go to the rest of the globe. We also have 3 really good resources in Canada that we should highlight. One is to go to the rest of the world, you have to have a sales pitch and a narrative. And our premiers are pretty good at that. We don't really have a prime minister right now. We're not going to know who the next prime minister is for a while. So we have this great ability, and I would say Wab Kinew in Manitoba is the best at explaining what the mission is and how to go to other markets. He's really good at that. He's a resource we're not using enough. Doug Ford, whether you like him or not, this is the 3rd largest industrial base in the Southern Ontario area. We can sell to America. We can sell to the world. We can build anything. So it's about getting our eyes up and on. The real ball is the global market. And as you know, Dwight, from living in Southern Ontario yourself, all of our universities are the United Nations. We have a global network that we can market to through personal connections. The other thing, the ace in the hole for us as a country right now is this Minister of Innovation, François-Philippe Champagne. He is a famous deal maker. Right now in Canada, he doesn't have a deal to make. We haven't given him a deal to make. but he is before politics, just track him, interview him. He's a deal closer, and these guys are deal makers. They love deals. They don't want to beat up on us. They want to make a deal with us. We're just not offering them a deal. We're playing defense like we're getting hit. We are the king of the frontiers. That's 95% of the planet. That's who we are. It's what we do. We should be getting them to make a deal with us, not playing defense.
Jay Godsall is the CEO of Solarship Incorporated. I feel like I feel better after talking to you this evening, Jay. Thanks for joining us from Toronto this evening with your perspectives. Thank you.
Greatest opportunity in history, Dwight. Let's take care of it.
Appreciate you. Thank you, sir.